Hello fellow gamers and hobbies, this is Berdish from Epic Tabletop when we strive to give you the best hobby experience. Now, today a little tutorial in digital kitbashing. This will be done with the files provided by Styriwar. You can find them at the MMF. To be perfectly honest, I'm not very skilled at this 3D modeling. I mean, I do have some, let's just call it background in graphics, mostly in 2D. Well, I did something using 3D Studios, but it was like eons ago, so I can't say I remember much about it. But this is the point of the whole exercise, I believe. I mean, to show you that pretty much anyone can do it. And this wonderful kit provided by Styriwar, like I said, you can buy it, get it at My Mini Factory. It's a great starting point. I mean, there are the 12/13th century knights are great miniatures, and with this kitbashing kit, you can do quite a few things with them to diversify them even more. So, without further ado, I invite you to see how this is being done.
Please remember that if you are interested in a particular part of the material, you can use progress bar and timestamps visible there to jump to any video chapter that you desire. Also, if you like what you see and hear, please remember to subscribe. It costs only a few seconds of your time and means a world to me.
After opening Mesh Mixer, we choose option to import. Then we need to locate folder in which we have Styriwar files stored. We choose the one that we want to adjust and it will load to our digital workbench. Often enough, sculpts are loading slightly upside down, if I may say so. There's nothing wrong with leaving them like this, but I prefer to have my sculpt oriented in an old-fashioned way. To do this, we choose Edit and then Transform. Now we can move and turn our model freely. We press Accept after we position it the way we want. Now we need additional parts for kitbashing. I want this knight to wear a great helm that was absent from original Kickstarted minis. We have those now in a kitbashing kit provided by Styriwar. We go for Import button and choose Append. Again, we need to locate the file we want to import. A browser window will appear, clearly showing two separate objects now in our working area. We need to change the orientation of our helmet in order for it to fit with our knight. I use Edit and Transform options again. We roughly need to find the right spot and then close in and finish the job. In this case, eyes and nose in relations to helmet slits will help us place it correctly. Don't rush and take a minute or two to get it right. I did rescale the helmet a bit, making it slightly bigger. Use the white cube in the middle of Transform tool to make it so. Now I'm going to take care of the chainmail sticking out of the helmet. Remember to select the knight as the object on which you will be walking. We don't want to deform helmet in any way. In order to achieve our goal, we choose Sculpt and we select a brush. Which one? Well, whichever will get the job done. You must experiment with strength and size of the given brush and ultimately choose what will serve you the best. I use two brushes most of the time. For this kind of job, it is either flatten or shrink smooth brush. But, like I said, experiment and find the right tool for the job. Now I want to add some weapon for this knight to wield. His pose is giving me a vibe of him chasing some poor soul, so I envision him holding an axe and getting ready to strike. So, let's give him exactly that. If we want to add anything to existing workspace, we follow the steps from the part where we added the helmet. When we have our axe, we again do exactly same procedure as we did while positioning the helmet. Now, you may have noticed that our knight scabbard is empty. We could give the guy sword to hold on to, therefore his scabbard being empty makes sense. Since we have him holding an axe, would be nice to put a sword where it should be. We actually will use dagger for this purpose. Hilt is pretty much the same as the one on the sword, and dagger being shorter will be easier to position. Again, we import the part and then using select and transform, we position it correctly. If it sticks out, like mine, we use sculpting tool to remedy this, just like with the helmet. And that's pretty much it in terms of kitbashing. Now we need to combine our separate parts into one model. Using Shift, we select all parts in the Object Browser window. And then from Edit menu, we choose Combine. This creates one model out of all the parts that we have added. Let's do something else, similar but slightly different. Now that we have basic knowledge about how to use Mesh Mixer, let's try to convert one of the foot knights. And I want to convert something that is not included in the kitbashing kit that is available from Styriwar, namely this guy. It is of course a mini by Styriwar from their Kickstarter, but it is not really prepared for kitbashing. I like this guy and I want to add some Slavic feel to him by exchanging his helmet for something more appropriate for Polish knight. I want him to wear this helmet, which is included in a kitbashing kit from Styriwar. So again, we position our helmet the way we want him to be. To hide the old helmet, like we did with chainmail and great helm, would be rather difficult and time-consuming. So we will use a different method. Well, actually I will show you two different methods to achieve similar result. First, the very straightforward way. We will cut the helmet off. To do this, we go for Edit and then Plane Cut. We see that the plane appeared. By moving it and rotating it, we can cut off parts of the model. In our case, we want to get rid of the Kittlehead helmet. Like I said, this is a very straightforward method. It may not always be the easiest to execute. In this case, we will have to, most likely, cut small portion of the model's head. We must be very precise with positioning of our cutting plane, otherwise we will end up with something like this. Or this. We can of course clean such leftovers, but I rather would not. In the end, I positioned my plane for a somewhat clean cut, losing some small part of the chainmail in the process, but I would say it will be good enough. So if we want to perform the cut, we choose cut type. I always use keep both and then we press accept. You can clearly see when the cut was made. Now from edit menu we choose separate shells. When we delete the helmet, we will get a rather substantial hole. We need to choose Analysis from the menu and then Inspector. Then we do Auto Repair All and we get our hole fixed. Now, let's fit the helmet to the head. We use Edit and Transform again. The end result is rather pleasing, I would say. As with our mounted knight, in the end we use Combine command to join parts of our model together. Okay, now the second method to do this. This one takes a bit longer, but it is much more precise. So the same guy and some other helmet. Instead of cutting, we use Select command. We sort of paint the part we want to remove, adjusting our brush size as we go. We need to be careful, of course, not to select any other parts of our knight. Mesh from which molders are built actually consists of many triangles of various shapes. Because of that, selecting the area that we want is a bit tricky, but not too much. You will get hold of this rather quickly. If you selected something by mistake, press Ctrl and hold it while selecting/painting the part again. It will unselect it, like I'm doing here. When you are happy with your selection, go for Edit, in Select menu and choose Erase and Fill. And there you have it. Now of course we need to fit chosen helmet again, like this one. So with these few simple tricks, I think you are ready to do your first digital kitbashing. I'm sure you can see that with those few simple techniques you can do quite a lot when it comes to converting. This guy holds a spear in both hands. I wanted to transform him to hold shield and axe in his hands. So I selected and separated his palms and wrists, turned them around, and I have changed his helmet, in the end getting something like this. Not a lot of changes, but creates a totally different miniature. I hope you have enjoyed this short tutorial of sorts, and what is more important, I hope you have learned something. Again, like I said at the beginning, the point of this material was to do some kitbashing with files available from Styriwar, but also to show you that pretty much anyone can do that with very little or no experience in 3D modeling. And with this happy thought, I leave you to it. Cheers! Till next time.